Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you guys now a game 2 in what has been a great game well, I can't say it's a great series because, well, there's only one game in this so far. But game 1 was really back and forth. Fly versus LawLiet, and LawLiet has really surprised me, I gotta admit. LawLiet hasn't been a player that I've really been following all that much, but he's been playing pretty well, I got to admit. So let's go ahead and see what's going to be happening here on in game 2 of this matchup, as we are going to be most likely going into another Blade Master versus Demon Hunter game. Now, over here on the bottom right hand side, what I'll call the 4 o'clock position, we do have Steel Series Fly spawning as the Orange Orc. Meanwhile, we have A versus LawLiet spawning as the Blue Night Elf. I am introducing their title sponsored names just because, well, we need more sponsors in esports. So what is going to be happening here? We are going to be going into an Altar of Elders. It is going to be the Demon Hunter as predicted. We are also going into that Blade Master, and if you guys heard game 1 and what I thought the synopsis of the game would be, well, I pretty much expect the same exact thing here in game 2. Unlike some of the other matchups, it really feels like Night Elf players generally go for that Druid of the Talon, Beast Master, Goblin Tinker 1-2-3 combination more often than not, and then, well, it kind of forces the hand of the Orc player. The game has been meta stabilized for quite some time, even back when Bunny was casting World Cyber Games back in, I believe it was Singapore, many years ago. Things have pretty much been stabilized there, and I believe Bunny now works at Blizzard, head of esports division, taking over, I believe, Rob Simpson's job. But that's a little bit too much information for you guys, as the Demon Hunter now comes down in and will be finishing up this 4-1-1 creep camp. Back down over here, we are looking at the Grunt and the Blade Master making their rounds. You can see the Blade Master has sold his Scroll of Town Portal to pick up 2 healing salves and a Boots of Speed. Is he going to go for an item at the shop? No, he is going to be going after this Ogre Warrior and attempting to pick up that all-important item there. Also making sure to only take damage on the Blade Master. Then he will only need to heal 1 unit as opposed to trying to heal 2 with those healing salves. Always very efficient there. You can see beautiful timing on the Blade Master, using that healing salve and then quickly following it up with a very fast wind walk, making sure to not break wind walk going in the wrong direction, or wrong order, excuse me. Demon Hunter now still wandering around. It doesn't look like an Ancient of War is going to be making its way over. Ancient of War instead rooting himself at the front door and protecting everything else here. You can see, oh, Tome of Knowledge, the Blade Master picking up a very important tome, now going after the Ogre Magi. And this is rather interesting here. You can see that the Ogre Magi, oh, beautifully done. The Demon Hunter purposely aggroes himself there to try and move around some of these units, and then forcing that the Blade Master won't be able to do it. Now, what is Fly going to do? Fly is going to take this opportunity to try and steal the other Ogre Warrior item creep camp. And it looks like it will be a Ring of Protection +2. Very nicely done there. Healing salves now used all the way around. Circlet of Nobility being picked up. There is also that wind walk right by there, and now may try to go after, nope, no, not going to go after, just selling the items. And now what is he going to be doing next? All right, you can see that the Grunt and the Demon Hunter are battling it back down over here. The Blade Master is off in position, and this is a beautiful bait, getting the Grunt to walk away. Oh, that is not exactly what the Blade Master wanted. The Blade Master wanted the Ogre Magi, couldn't get it, takes a mana burn instead. I thought what he was going to try to do is pull away from the Goblin Merchant Shop just to get to that Ogre Magi. Blade Master doing a little bit of stutter step there, but that is not going to be what he wants to see and fight across here. As, oh, are we going to see a beautiful path? Yes, we do. Blade Master now getting away, and we may even have a path by a Wisp. Speed Scroll now being used. There is another hit there, and now Flies. Very low hit point. Blade Master trying to run away, and it looks like he will be able to get inside right there just in time. Fly making mistakes, but he is going to be taking the tier 2 momentarily, and then he will be getting those raiders down. Meanwhile, Ancient of Wonders, Tree of Ages, we will see 2 Ancients of Wind placed down, and once those Ancients of Winds are down, We'll see what is followed up there. Grunts now going after the giant sea turtle. Blade Master gets the level 2, no problem. Mantle of Intelligence has been dropped. Meanwhile, where is that Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter back at home, waiting for perhaps a Staff of Preservation. And nope, yes, Staff of Preservation also does have Dust of Appearance, Slippers of Agility. Blade Master now wandering around here. Doesn't know that LawLiet has a Shadow Melted Archer already. This is huge. LawLiet playing a beautiful scouting game here as the Demon Hunter runs right by. Who gets it? Yes, it is the Demon Hunter picking up that kill, and now the Blade Master is in trouble. Oh, who gets the kill? Yes, it was in fact the Demon Hunter, and that is going to be a huge advantage. Blade Master has been, no, Beast Master has been picked up here, and the Grunts and the Quill Beasts are there. Are they going to perhaps get a surround? And LawLiet not paying attention as the Blade Master is there as well. This is going to be potentially game-changing as we are now looking at a Beast Master about to go down. Beast Master goes down at level 1. Blade Master is still out. This one low hit point Grunt trying to get away. It looks as though it may get... no, it doesn't look good at all. Tauren Chieftain is right there. Tauren Chieftain is going to do a little bit of pathing, but no, unable to do enough. That Demon Hunter with the boots of speed faster than a Grunt with level 1 endurance aura for all of you stat junkies out there. I do not know what the final numbers are because, well, it just says fast. Anyways, Demon Hunter, I believe, is very fast. Yes, fast is faster, or very fast is faster than fast, at least in WarCraft 3. There is that double Ancient of Wind. You can see Adept training already coming in. Tree of Eternity now upgrading the tiered 3. Now going into Cyclone. Fly is going to have a lot of work to do to try and make up for that very early Blade Master fumble, so to speak, as the Tauren Chieftain now tanking a little bit of damage here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Beast Master is still sitting at level 1. What was more important about losing that Beast Master at level 1 is the loss of mana. It's forcing LawLiet to use a Clarity Potion to try and get more Quill Beasts out on the field. When you resurrect a hero, well, when you initially train a hero, you get maximum mana. But when you resurrect a hero, even at your altar, you only get 100 mana as opposed to your maximum mana. That is a difference of 125. Quite a big difference there as the Blade Master, Tauren Chieftain, now going into a bit of a battle. Oh, there's some Spirit Link, and that Spirit Link is going to force the units to now back off. Quill Beasts are great at focus firing down units. Problem is when you can't focus fire down a unit because all of its damage is being spread across multiple units. There you have it. You can see that the Spirit Walker is absorbing a bit of damage here. It is most likely going to get healing salved. There goes one, and now the Ogre Warrior may get taken down here as well. Steel Series Fly does have the Watcher Ward, and will this Quill Beast fall? Yes, absolutely. Will it take down a Spirit Walker? It may actually cut it very close as we have an artificial nightfall off of a Moonstone, and yes, down it goes. Blade Master very close to level 3, needs to clear out a very small creep camp. Tauren Chieftain healing up the rest of the troops, and now what are we going to be seeing here? Alright, Raider Ensnare. This is one of the reasons why Orc players love this particular map here. You ensnare the Ogre Lord, get in some damage, and at, I believe, at half-life, this Ogre Lord just decides to try and... nope, yes, just decides to try and walk back, but once you get the surround, it doesn't really matter. Level 3 now on the Blade Master, level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain. Reveal now coming down as the Demon Hunter knows that the red creep camp has been creeped out. No real way for the Orc player to do a revelation since it doesn't have arcane towers and there is no Goblin Laboratory or Laboratory on this map. Steel Series Fly just fighting down here. Tauren Chieftain, I believe, gets to level 3 off of this as the Blade Master is nowhere to be found. And now we are at a 3-3 hero combination versus, I believe, a 3-1. And that is definitely bad news. Well, never mind. It is 3-1-1 as the Goblin Tinker has joined in on the fight as well. Alright, Tauren Chieftain bringing in a healing scroll. Blade Master with a healing scroll. One Spirit Walker and one Spirit Walker only. Peons being added. We need to see an additional Spirit Walker for Spirit Link to be used successfully. There it is, but it is all going to be all the way back home. There's a detonation. That is a big detonation on that Spirit Walker. As we now see the Raiders trying to come in for an engagement. However, there's the Cyclone. One Raider in the air. A second Raider could be taken in the air. There is the disenchant to try and get away. Nope, another disenchant to get away. And yes, that Spirit Walker is able to pull them all the way back. But now we are low on mana once more. Here we go, going after the Gargantuan Sea Turtles, followed by the Giant Sea Turtles. Blade Master Tauren Chieftain looking to get a little bit more experience. This will not give them a lot of experience or just any new levels, making me wonder why. But the Tauren Chieftain with a Pendant of Energy and a Wand of Mana Stealing should get off a lot of shockwaves. This is potentially very bad news for LawLiet's line of Druid of the Talons if they do go for a straight up engagement. Alright, let's see. Spirit Link has been cast across multiple units. Tauren Chieftain, level 1 Endurance Aura, already walking across the map. If we could have a potential Creepjack, that would pretty much change the course and the pace of the game. Let's continue to move on out, move on over, and what is going to be happening next? Ogre Warriors now taken down. We are now going to go into the straight up attack onto the Moonwells. We can see already Ancient of War has uprooted itself, but this is still not good news. One Moonwell will get taken down. We are now supply blocked. No more training of units. There is the Squirrel Town portal as the Ancient of War is now down. And oh, a beautiful Cyclone. And there's the Shockwave hitting multiple units there. However, there are some detonations onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain needs to get some mana. And if it can absorb some mana, yes, it will absorb some mana. And there is, I believe, another Shockwave coming in. All these units are now in the backfield. There's a huge mana burn there. Tauren Chieftain now up in the air, perhaps is not going to do very much. And oh, the Goblin Tinker down to 18 mana, still survives. Tauren Chieftain, can it get enough mana for another Shockwave? Yes, it does. And now that's so many units in the red here, and this is bad news. You can see how many units are in the red. A little bit of Focus Fire will go a long way in these upcoming fights. Druids of the Talon, no potion of mana on the Tauren Chieftain. One mana burn too many, perhaps is the game-changing difference here, as the Raiders are also low on hit points. One Raider goes down. Tauren Chieftain may get taken down, and Fly looks like he is going to be losing this particular fight as well, and potentially the game. Let's see. Yes, the Tauren Chieftain does go down, and where is that Blade Master now? Blade Master is still back over here, and there is the GG. It gets taken down. LawLiet taking this 2-0. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2. Please stay tuned for what I believe to be Game 3, but I might have cast the games out of order.